Good YouTube. Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant Spurs analysis on Analysis Playground on YouTube, of course, exclusive on there forever. Me and YouTube is gonna be when it comes to business and this channel and this content that I make. The Spurs 111 to 101 against the Memphis Grizzlies. The Grizzlies are now 4-11 and 1-6 on the road. The Spurs are 10-4 and 7-2 at home. The thing about it was the Memphis Grizzlies finished the first quarter with the lead, but it was only 24-23. The Spurs was able to get the lead back going into halftime because they won the second quarter 26-23. Then Memphis ended up making it competitive still because they won the third quarter 40-37. And then the Spurs went off on them in the fourth quarter. They won that quarter 25-14. The Memphis Grizzlies was trying to run their offense through Jaren Jackson, and he just didn't deliver. And some other guys like Landale and Edey couldn't make easy shots in the paint. And the Spurs turned that into transition opportunities and the ability to build on the lead or get the lead, which they did enough to do to be able to win this game. Jaren Jackson Jr., 18 points for him. 8 of 20 from the field, 2 of 7 from 3, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 turnovers. 2 of his rebounds was offensive, 2 personal fouls, 33 minutes, and he was a -4 in plus minus. He missed a lot of shots in this game. Some of the shots he felt himself. He thought he can make them. He thought they was going to be good. Just didn't fall down for him. He didn't do the greatest on defense either, and he didn't really help them rebound the basketball like he never really does. But the thing that he did real good in this one was stay out of foul trouble. But he was just so clumsy and just making a lot of mistakes out there, especially in the fourth quarter, and it helped cost the Grizzlies the game, if I had to be honest, since he is the best player on the team right now since Ja is out and Bane is gone. But Cedric Howard, he's looking like he's going to be the best player on this team. And I'm glad that they started him because he's one of their best players already. He had 19 points and 11 rebounds. He had more rebounds than Jaren Jackson, and Jaren Jackson is bigger, more athletic, and taller. But it didn't matter. He was 7 of 15 from the field, 5 of 7 from 3. He's really, really good, takes really good shots, and you have to like him as a teammate. He also had the assists and 3 turnovers. 2 of his rebounds was offensive. So he also played 26 minutes and was a +3 and plus minus. I like everything he was doing. I like his whole season so far. Definitely a top 5 rookie. And he's not really playing like he's been in the NBA for years. Jalen Wells, in his second year, he only had 9 points. He was one of the very few starters not just scoring double figures. He went 4 of 9 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3. He had 2 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. One of the rebounds was offensive with a personal foul. He played 27 minutes and was a -1 and plus minus. You know, he's going to be a guy to just try to take the shots that's given to him. He's not going to force anything. He's not going to rush anything. He's just going to try to take the good looks that he gets. He did a good job of that today. He just didn't get enough looks to go down from 3, even though he didn't take that many anyway. But that's the way you have to look at it because he didn't take that many shots in general. Zach Edey had 8 points. He was 4 of 10 from the field. Had some normal looks that he gets, and he just couldn't get a lot of them to go down. But he did have 11 rebounds, and that's something that they need, and he was able to provide that. He also had 2 assists and 2 blocks, but he also had 3 turnovers and 3 personal fouls, and he had 5 of his rebounds being offensive. That was really good to see, and that's a good thing for him to continue to try to do because they do need help on that end too. And then he had 3 personal fouls, like I said, 25 minutes played and was a +4 and plus minus. Vince Williams Jr., 14 points, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He ended up having 8 rebounds, 9 assists, and a turnover. He also had 3 of his rebounds being offensive, and he had 3 personal fouls in 30 minutes that was played for him. He also was a +11 and plus minus, which was the highest on the team. I like what he was doing out there. You know, the 3 ball wasn't falling for him, but he kept putting the ball on the floor and trying to get those opportunities to happen for him, and they did. And he also did a good job of keeping people involved and making the right play and helping them get easy shots. They was finding ways to get open. He was finding ways to get them the ball, and it ended up working out for him a lot throughout this game. Santi Dama, he's been one of their best players this entire season. He had 10 points. He was 4 of 10 from the field, mainly because he went 0 2 from 3, but he did make all his free throws going 2 for 2. He had 6 rebounds, 2 assists, a turnover, still in the block. 2 of his rebounds was offensive, 26 minutes played, -2 and plus minus for him. Jock Landale, he missed a lot of shots in this game, even when it was good looks. He finished with 4 points. He was 2 of 9 from the field, 0 of 2 from 3, 0 of 3 also from the free throw line. He was a big reason why they lost this game because he was in the fourth and the third quarters, but he couldn't make anything. But he did still get 7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers, are still in the block. 4 of his rebounds was offensive, and he finished with also with 3 personal fouls and 18 minutes. And he was a -17 and plus minus. Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field, 0 of 3 from the three-point line, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal. 1 of his rebounds was offensive. He had 1 personal foul, 19 minutes, a -16 and plus minus for him. He had open looks. He just couldn't get him to fall either. But he still made the right play on defense sometimes and also on offense with the passing. But you also have to like the fact that he kept the defense honest as much as he could. He just wasn't knocking them down. You could say the same thing about John Conchar. 0 points for him. In 14 minutes, he was 0 2 from the field. It was all 3-point shots, no free throws. He also had 3 rebounds and 3 assists and 1 steal. 1 of his rebounds was offensive. He also had 1 personal foul, was a -5 and plus minus. And the guy that got the most points off the bench was Cam Spencer. He had the ball in his hands a lot, and he was able to get to his spots. And he was able to knock down majority of his shots, so that was great. 15 points, 6 of 10 from the field, 3 of 7 from 3 for him. 2 of his rebounds was defensive. That was all of them actually. 3 assists, 1 turnover, 1 personal foul, 24 minutes, and a -23 and plus minus. 42 of 104 for them. 40% is what they shot from the field. It also was 12 of 39, 31% from 3, and 5 of 9 from the free throw line, 56%. Not going to shoot well from the field or from 3 or from the free throw line. It's hard to win games that way. But they had 59 rebounds, 30 assists, 14 turnovers, 6 steals, 4 blocks. And they ended up having 15 personal fouls. And then you look at the San Antonio Spurs. Harrison Barnes, 23 points for him, 9 of 14 from the field, 4 of 8 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 personal foul, 32 minutes, +3 and plus minus for him. He was a big reason why the Spurs was able to pull off the upset, and it worked in his favor because he was just doing the right things on the court, and he kept finding ways to get good looks, and he was just dropping them in. And that's what he does. And he just did it at an ample more. He just had good opportunities, and he just did a good job of putting the ball in the basket. He was really good. You can say the same thing about De'Aaron Fox. He had 26 points. He was 10 and 20 from the field, 3 of 8 from 3, 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He was their best offensive weapon coming into this game. You could make an argument that he was the best player on the court for both teams. And he came through for them in that second half. And he also had 1 rebound, 3 assists, 2 turnovers, 2 steals. In the block, he had only 3 personal fouls, all in 33 minutes. He was a +7 and plus minus. He really stepped up and looked for his shot, and he was knocking them down. So it was good that he did. Julian Champagnie was out there to provide spacing, and he did. He was 2 of 5 from 3, 3 of 6 from the field, all for 9 points. He was 1 of 1 from the free throw line, 1 rebound, 1 turnover. He had a 1 offensive rebound, 24 minutes, a -7 and plus minus. Luke Cornett didn't score at all. He only attempted 1 shot and missed it. He did have 4 rebounds and 3 assists. He also had 1 steal. Half of his rebounds was offensive. He also had a personal foul, all in 25 minutes, and was a -4 and plus minus. And then Devin Vassell hit some big shots, but he didn't really shoot the ball that well, so it kind of evened out for him. But he also shot 3 of 11 from the field, 2 of 4 from 3, and he also was 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He had 3 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, and 2 blocks. Really brought it defensively. Even when you don't look at the numbers, it's just how you watch the game. He was just out there doing whatever it took, switching, trying to find a way to stay in front of people, making them work for their shots, making them over dribble, whatever he could. He was out there doing it in this game. He also only had 3 personal fouls in 35 minutes, so it was a plus 11 and plus minus. Kelly Olynyk came off the bench and had 10 points. He was 3 of 6 from the field, 1 of 4 from 3, and 3 of 4 from the free throw line. He also had 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 turnover, 2 steals, 4 personal fouls, 19 minutes, and was a plus 15 and plus minus. And it was much needed. They needed somebody to give them a boost, and he did, because if it wasn't him, it was Keldon Johnson. He had 18 points. He was 8 of 15 from the field, 1 of 5 from 3, 1 of 1 from the free throw line. He had 7 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnover, 2 steals, 7 defensive rebounds, which was all of his rebounds, 1 personal foul, 30 minutes played, and was a plus 11 and plus minus. Lindy came off the bench and played only 5 minutes. He went 0 of 2 from the field. It was all threes, and he didn't make any. He had 3 rebounds also, and he was a -4 and plus minus. Jeremy Shohan, 8 points, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3. That was really good from him to get those 3-point shots to go. They was going to give it to him. He just had to make them pay for it, and he did. 6 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 turnovers. He also had 3 personal fouls in 22 minutes and was a plus 10 and plus minus. David Jones Garcia, 2 points. He was 1 of 1 from the field, 1 rebound, 2 assists. In 7 minutes, he was a plus 7 and plus minus. Carter Bryant, 5 points, 2 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He had 2 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive. In 8 minutes, he was a plus 1 and plus minus. Everybody scored besides Lindy. That's how good the bench was today. And a lot of them did have assists, and that was much needed, because if you didn't have a good shot, you were trying to find a guy that got a better one. And if they didn't have that, you try to keep the ball moving until you can find the other guy on the other side of the court, or at the middle of the court, or inside the paint. The starters did it, and then it rubbed off on the bench, and it ended up working out for them even in that fourth quarter where it mattered the most. They had to defend better, and they had to go out there and outplay them and outsmart them and just get as many good looks as they could. And Fox really stepped up, and that's what he was supposed to do. 42 of 87, 48% from the field, 16 of 42, 38% from 3, 11 of 13, 85% from the free throw line. That's what they shot as a team. 38 rebounds, 22 assists, 9 steals, 9 turnovers, 10 steals, 3 blocks, and then 16 personal fouls. It was just a good game from the Spurs to end it. They had to get it all sorted out. They didn't have to force anything. They didn't have to rush anything. They didn't have to panic. They just had to continue to play their game, continue to keep the ball moving, and continue to collapse the defense and let guys find each other. And that's what they did. And the Grizzlies, they were just stagnant. They was trying to find a way to take advantage of mismatches. They was trying to find a way to generate good looks. Even when they did, they couldn't knock them down. And even when they had some good mismatches, they couldn't put it in the basket either. Zach Edey and Landale and those guys, they struggled. And then, like I said, Jaren Jackson didn't really do a good job of being the star and of being the leader out there. He kind of failed himself, which hurted the team because they needed him to be better, and he just couldn't do it at an efficient level, and he just couldn't get good looks. And when he wasn't doing that, he was turning the ball over. So the fourth quarter was just sloppy. It was a mess, and it worked out for the Spurs, who got the win. So they should be happy about that. Comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell to get the analysis when it first come out. I also do conversation videos just like these, but about various different NBA only topics. I also do breakdowns of real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. I also do mock draft and draft coverage. Also, I try to tell y'all I upload videos every day throughout the day, so I always give y'all something to watch and look forward to. Not only that, I also have over 4,000 videos on my channel that you can watch right now and enjoy, and it's all for free. So if you love basketball content, you can't get enough. This is a channel that you're really missing out on if you wasn't subscribed already. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking out the channel. Thank y'all for appreciating content for what it is. And thanks for the love and thanks for the support and the respect that y'all have for me and my analysis. And other than that, y'all stay blessed up. Y'all stay good. Peace. And I'll see y'all later today with more analysis.